Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, for real now. Sanwanani guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Angel and today we'll be talking about Loc Build Up, Lint and Mould. Yes. So, of course, I'm not a loctician, I'm not a hairstylist, I'm not a hairdresser, I'm not a hair anything in professionally, but I'm a person who likes to learn how to do their own hair. Like even when I was a loose natural, I'd always be doing my own hair drying, because let's talk about it guys. Like sometimes people don't know how to blow dry hair properly, like afro especially, and then they give you like this really messy job, and then you still have to pay more than people with straight hair have to pay, which is really unfair. So yeah, Jay, I've always been a person who does my own hair, and even now with locks, I really wanted to learn. And now what had happened is, the other day I'm taking a video, right, and then I turn around in the video. So now when I'm watching myself turn around, I noticed that there's this thing, right, and it yimbi in shop hair. So I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm freaking out. And then I'm like to my boyfriend, yo dude, hey, like why didn't you tell me this was there? And he's like, what? It's there and there and there. So I'm thinking, oh my god, what is this? Have I not been taking care of my locks properly? Like what's going on? So I'm freaking out, right? And then I start picking at it, and then I'm thinking, you know what, I need to do my research. I need to know, I need to find out exactly what this is so I know how to deal with it, you know, unless I have to like cut off my locks or anything, which is the most scarce and painful thing that I could think of. So I thought to make a video about the differences between these three things that can happen to your locks. Maybe it'll help someone else as well who's not really sure what's going on with their locks. So let's dive right into it. Right, so what I did was I got the definitions of build up, lint and mold, and then I got also how they develop and how they treat it as well. So we're going to get into Loc Build Up first. Loc Build Up is dirt and grime that gets caught inside your locks over time. So this can be from shampoos, this can be from waxes, this can be from conditioners as well. Anything that has like a very soapy, heavy type of feel. Now imagine like your locks are like this. So what's happening inside the locks? If you don't wash and rinse out your locks properly, these things will stay there, and then the next time you wash your hair, like it'll stay in there, and then the next time, you know, you put wax on your hair, it'll stay there until you get this really gross white looking thing. And sometimes when you try to brush it off, it flakes off. Basically in your hair. It could also be if you have dandruff and like a lot of dry skin on your scalp. So that can also get caught in there, and then over time, yeah, it develops into this really not nice looking thing. But what you can do with that is to do an apple cider vinegar rinse. That's one thing that I am sure of that you can do. You mix your apple cider vinegar, you can just Google how to do that, and you put your locks in there, let them sit, you know, sort of rub them in that thing and let it marinate and let it come out. Rinse that off with fresh water, and then do it, I don't think like as many as like 5 times, but like do it as many times as you need to until you can see that the water is clearing up. So yeah, apple cider vinegar, and also especially with after every single wash with shampoo, or even if you use conditioner, make sure guys, make sure that you rinse your locks off properly with water. I know it's annoying because they hold a lot you know, of stuff, but to have those really fresh looking locks, just make sure that you rinse them out properly, right? So that's build up. The next thing is lint. Lint, L-I-N-T, because I was so confused like when people were saying this lint. But yeah, anyway, lint is little pieces of fabric, strands of fabric that gets caught in your hair. This comes from, you know, things that you're wearing. Like right now in South Africa, it's winter, so we like wearing scarves and hats, yeah, and like jerseys and polo necks. So all those things that touch, you know, your neck area, and if your locks are long enough to touch that, the fabrics can get caught in the locks. Again, your locks are like this, so continuously having things, you know, fabrics and strands of fabrics get caught in your locks, that will also, I guess, build up over time and then leave a a discoloration on your locks. I mean, it's going to be depending on the color of the fabric that you had on you. So imagine having like red, green, blue strands on your locks. So another thing is leaning on things. Like we lean on couches, we lean on pillows, and whatever that fabric was can get caught in your locks. So one of the most important things is that you need to check your locks regularly. Make sure that, like before washes especially, ususa all kinds of fabrics that you can find on your hair. One YouTuber said she dusts off her locks, which makes sense, because if you don't dust off your locks, whatever you wash will sort of sink into your lock. So you need to be careful to dust off everything that you find in your lock. Also, this is just for me a preference. I like wearing stuff like this, you know, off shoulder things, so my hair doesn't touch my shoulders. But I guess a lesson you can pick up from that is to make sure of what you are wearing on your neck and shoulders, so that your locks don't really touch anything that will get stuck in them. Am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Yeah. Moving on to mold. Now, mold is the big bad wolf. It is the devil of things. It is what you don't want. It is scary. And as a person who has fairly new locks, when I heard about mold, I was thinking, oh my god, like, what is this? This is scary. And the pictures that you see of mold is just terrifying. So I was thinking, of course, when I found my issue, I was thinking, oh my god, this is mold, and what am I going to do? So when I looked here on Google, there's no clear definition of mold in locks, but mangabu utabanga bread, you know, for instance, that's the words, right? When you think of bread and moisture, when you leave bread in a very sort of damp area, it builds up little particles of mold and bacteria, right? And then that keeps growing. So you can think of that same concept in your locks as well. So what happens if you wash your hair out and then you don't let it dry properly? Like I like air drying my hair, right? So if you don't give your locks sunshine properly, or like just wind or air properly, like throughout the day, and then they don't dry out properly, that moisture that gets stuck in your hair, imagine now you put your head covering over at night, and then your hairs just sit there and just, you know, they're sad and cold, and mold, you know, mold just starts developing from there, which is not good, because now mold, what it does is it keeps growing and developing and, you know, touching new areas. So imagine now having that all around your locks. Another very bad part about mold is that it smells terrible. So that's why, you know, some people talk about, oh, it's because people don't take care of their locks and let them dry out properly. So now that lets, you know, the smell come out of your hair. Sometimes maybe you won't notice the smell, you know, when your hair is dry. But if your hair is wet, that's when the smell comes, and it's like, the description of it is like a wet dog, or like if you went to high school with like a high school where you wear blazers, imagine that smell of the blazer if you hadn't washed it in like a term, you know, like a full term of not washing that blazer, and then it rains that day. You know that smell? Yeah, that's what you're gonna have in your hair, which is not good at all. So when I was looking up how to treat this thing, there isn't much on it, and what I did find is that you would actually have to cut off your locks, cut off the part that has the mold in it, which really sounds sad, and that's why we need to take care of our locks. Make sure they dry, and make sure that you, I guess, pick at whatever is in your locks. But in picking your locks, you need to make sure you're not picking so much that now even the lock itself, you know, has hairs coming out of it. So you don't want to unlock your hair, you know. So yeah, basically it's just tending to your hair before a problem happens. Prevention is better than cure, guys. Right, now with all of this research done, right, I can now figure out what my problem is. And now when I looked at it more, and you know, I smelled it. I did smell it because I'm hoping it wasn't mold. So when I look at it, and then I got tweezers and I started picking at it, it was pieces of fabric. And I won't lie, and I feel so bad and guilty about this. It was quite a few pieces of fabric, which means, and it was only actually at the back of my head, so maybe about like what, 4 locks at the back of my head, and it happens to be the longest ones. I don't know if you can see it. I can't pull my locks to my face, but I'll probably put it as, you know, my thumbnail, or I'll take a picture for you and show it if I can't do the thumbnail part. But yeah, what I saw is that it's pieces of fabric and the locks at the back of my head, which means because my locks are resting on my shoulders and the back of my neck, the whatever I'm wearing gets caught in my locks, and I haven't been noticing that at all. You know, I haven't been really careful about that, and again, every time I wash my hair, I guess the fabrics get sucked into the locks. So now it's a lot of fabric in there, and as I'm picking at it, I can see that I'm pulling strands of my hair out of the lock as well, and that's not what I want to do. So I'm also now researching ways that I can sort that out without dyeing my hair. Right, so now me, I don't want any kind of chemicals in my hair. I don't know why. Like, I feel very, very strongly about not having any chemicals in my hair, but I don't want to dye my hair to change the color of the fabric that has been caught in my hair. I want to try find another more simple way to sort it out, or maybe I'll just have to leave them as they are, because I mean, it's not terrible, but you know, it's something that I don't really want in my hair. But anyway, yes, that's the problem that I figured out, and I'm just going to be, you know, picking out some of the fabric that I find there, and just as much as I can. But a big lesson that I'm taking from all of this is that I need to check my hair all the time. Guys, check your hair. Dust it out before you wash it. You know, inspect the locks at the back of your hair. Just make sure, your locks are not clean before you wash them, because washing is how to make them clean. But like, you know, they're okay before you wash them, and even after you wash them, make sure that it gets dry. So don't wash your hair like at night if you're not going to use a hair dryer to dry your hair, you know. Yeah, those are the lessons that I've learned, and I hope that that helps you. Right, so we have come to the end of the video. I hope this has helped you. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Also, if you have any other tips to take care of dreadlocks, please comment down below and just let a sister know, let a brother out there know, you know. And yeah, also I post videos like this every Wednesday, and on Saturdays the girl sings for you. So if you enjoy music, if you enjoy locs and body talk, please do subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification so that you know every time Angel does something on YouTube. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Do stay blessed.